Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sallallahu ala nabiyil ummi wa alihi wasallam. Today our topic of lecture is inheritance from the subject of object-oriented programming for the students second semester of the BS Computer Science. Okay, now what is inheritance? We have previously discussed different features of object-oriented programming. Among them, we discussed classes, object, overloading, operator overloading, and polymorphism. So now inheritance is again a very important feature of the object-oriented programming. Okay, so here let's see what is inheritance. Okay, inheritance allows us to define a class from another class which is already tested and debugged. Means you have created a class and you have been tested, compiled that class, and that class is designed for some purpose. So it is possible in object-oriented programming that you create a new class from the already existing class. So this new class that you have been created from already existing class is known as derived class, and the existent class is known as base class. In some other languages they call it superclass and subclass as well. So here you can see the definition that inheritance allows us to define a class in terms of another class, which makes it easier to create and maintain an application. So we can say that why we need inheritance. What is the advantage of that inheritance? क्या फ़ायदा होगा हमें inheritance का? तो फ़ायदा ये होगा कि we will have a class which has been debugged, tested. Now with a little bit change or modification, you can use this class for some new purpose as well. So it will avoid the repetition of code as well. And with the feature of inheritance, we use the reusability of the software. Reusability means that already made software is reused for some new purposes. Here is the definition of the base and derived class. Let's see a look. Let's have a look on it. A class can be derived from more than one classes, which means it can inherit data and functions from multiple base class. To define a derived class, we use a class derivation list to specify the base classes. A class derivation list names one or more base classes and has the form. अच्छा, यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं ये इसको आप देखें. This is the actual syntax with the help of which हम क्या कर सकते हैं, हम इसको यूज़ कर सकते हैं for the derivation of the classes from the base class. Here is the reserved word class, then it is followed by the derived class, right? And then it is followed by full colon, and then the access specifiers, access specifier, and then the base class. Now access specifier, we know that we have public, private and protected. Where आपके पास when a class, we will discuss it later on, that when it is public or protected or private, what will happen to the this derivation, right? Okay, so the access specifiers public, protected or private, and base class is the name of the previously defined class. बेस क्लास आपके पास उस क्लास का नाम होगा जो आपने पहले से डिक्लेयर किया है, मीन्स पहले से क्रिएट किया है, or now you want to make subclasses of this base class. So this is the syntax with the help of which you will be able to derive new classes. Here derived class name, you will write the derived class name, and then it must followed by the full colon and then the X specifier and then a base class. Okay, here is an example. Let's see, have a look on it. Just look at it. I will run this program in the next video, but you have a look. Here you are having a base class shape. Now we know that we are having so many shapes: rectangle, square, triangle, circle. So we can make a class with some common properties. All these are shape, all these are geometric shapes, so we define a class shape, and we know that usually every shape will have some width, it will have some height. So we have declared two यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं, we have declared two data members, width and height, and look at this, we have kept these data members as protected. I will tell you later on about the word specifier protected, that what is the effect of protected modifier on the data members. Okay, so now this is just a base class. Okay, now here you see the definition of the derived class, how you can derive a class from the base class. आप देख सकते हैं, देखें, class is the reserved word, then rectangle is our derived class, then it is followed by the colon and then shape. Now we are deriving the rectangle class from the base class shape, and within this rectangle derived class we are calculating the area of this rectangle. Okay, so here is a get area program. You can see get area member function in which we are having the width, static height. We know that we calculate the area of a rectangle by multiplying its width with the height. Now this is the definition of our derived class. This rectangle class has been derived from the shape class, and this derivation is public. Okay, now come to the main. Now here you can see that in a main section we have declared an object rect, right? हमने क्या किया, एक ऑब्जेक्ट डिक्लेयर किया आप रेक्ट of the type rectangle. Okay, now we are passing some two values here, or we can say that we are calling the set width member function with the help of this object rect dot set width. Okay, यानी आप क्या कर रहे हैं कि हम रेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट के साथ सेट विड्थ का मेंबर फंक्शन कॉल कर रहे हैं। नाउ आप देख सकते हैं कि ये जो सेट विड्थ का जो मेंबर फंक्शन है और सेट हाइट का जो मेंबर फंक्शन है, तो ये हमारे पास बेस क्लास में मौजूद है। आप ज़रा आके देखें, हमने इसको बेस क्लास में डिक्लेयर किया है। ये देखें, यहाँ पे आपको नज़र आ रहा है कि हमने ये जो हमारे पास दो मेंबर फंक्शन है सेट विड्थ और सेट हाइट, तो ये बेस क्लास में मौजूद है, जबकि अभी ऑब्जेक्ट जो हमारा है वो हमने क्रिएट किया है डिराइव्ड क्लास का। सो इट मीन्स कि वी आर कॉलिंग द मेंबर फंक्शंस विच हैज़ बीन declared or which has been coded in the base class, and we are calling it with the object of the derived class. So it means that it is possible that whenever we derive a class from the already existent base class, then the object of this derived class can have access to all those member functions which are declared as a पब्लिक इन द बेस क्लास। ठीक है, यानी अगर आपके पास बेस क्लास में मेंबर फंक्शंस मौजूद है और आपने उसको पब्लिकली डिक्लेयर किया है, तो डिराइव्ड क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट जो है उन मेंबर फंक्शन को उस तरह कॉल कर सकता है जैसे ये मेंबर फंक्शन डिराइव्ड क्लास में ही डिक्लेयर्ड हो। ठीक है, ये देखें ना, आपने डिराइव्ड क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट किया और आपका